Here we are in mid-chapter review, numbers 10 through 24 with the answers with the subtraction and addition problems. So here we have -5 subtract a -18. When we subtract a negative, that means we are subtracting something in the opposite direction. That means we are actually adding 18. So we have 18, a positive 18, -5. They're opposite signs, so we subtract them. 18 minus 5 is 13. And the positive 1 wins. -3 plus a -15. These are both in the same direction. So this is an addition problem. So it's 18. But since they are both going in the negative direction, we have it like that. It's like these two are pulling the same direction down to the negatives. 12 minus 37. So this is a subtraction problem. They're opposite signs, so they're pulling against each other. So we have 37 and a 12, and the 37 is negative. So 5, 2. So we get 25 as the answer there. Ooh, see, here's a subtraction problem, but they are the opposite signs. We'll have to put that stronger one up on top to do the subtraction problem. 7, 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 5. So 1 minus 5, we can't do that. So we borrow from that 2. We now have 10 more in this column. So that's 11 minus 5 is 6. 1 minus 3, we're not going to do that. So we have 0 of those left, but we cashed them in for 10 tens. So we get 11 minus 3 is 8. 0, nope, still doesn't work. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 6 minus 1 is 5. And the negative sign. Okay, here we go. 234.35 minus 17.986. We need to line up the decimals, but the stronger one is already on top. 234.35 minus 17.986. Ooh, this 6 right here, we're going to have to subtract it from nothing. So we ought to put a 0 there so we can do the subtraction. 0 minus 6, we don't do that. Borrow from the 5, and we get 10 more over here. That's 10 minus 6 is 4. 4 minus 8, nope, I have to borrow. 14 minus 8 is 6. 2, nope, do that again. 12 minus 9 is 3. 3 minus 7, nope. 13 minus 7 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1, and 2 minus 0 is 2. And it is positive that is stronger, so it is a positive number. Number 15. 17 and 4/5. Let's put it up like this. 17 and 4/5 minus 10 and 3/5. 4/5 minus 3/5, that's 1/5. No borrowing necessary. 17 minus 10 is 7. Positive 1 wins, so 7 and 1/5. Number 16. Ooh, subtraction. We got to again put the stronger one up on top. So we get -7851. Subtract 2357, 2357. And 1 minus 7, we don't do that. So that's a 4. 1. 11 minus 7 is 4. 4 minus 5, nope, can't do that, guys. So we're at 7. That's now a 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. 7 minus 3 is 4. 7 minus 2 is 5. And the negative one is stronger. So we end up like this. Let's review what it means to be stronger here. This is like if you have $2,357 in income, that's a positive, and a debt of $7,851, and you apply as much as you can of the income to paying off that debt, you will be able to pay off $2,357. Your debt will remain at $5,494. So it's a smaller debt, but it still is a debt because you didn't have enough to pay it all off. So that's what I mean. This is the stronger one, so there's some of that left over. Okay. 5 and 7/19 minus 3 and 9/19. 7 minus 9, we're not doing that, so we're going to borrow. There are now 4 of those left, and if we take away 1, that gives us 19/19. Notice how this is different from decimals. Here, every time we borrowed from a decimal, we added 10 to the previous column. That made a 1 an 11, a 0 a 10, 4 a 14. But now we have 19 and 7, 26/19 here. 26/19 minus 9/19, that's 17/19. And then 4 minus 3 is 1. So 1 and 17/19. Now number 18. We're going to subtract these, but we're going to put the stronger one on top, just like we did with the decimals. So we have negative 17 and 2/11. Subtract 9 and 10/11. 2 minus 10, we can't do that. So we're going to borrow, and we get 11 of them. Notice we can't just put a 1 in front of that 2, because we don't add 10 to it. We're talking about 11ths now. So we have 13/11 minus 10/11. That is 3/11. And 16 minus 9 is 7. The stronger one wins. So negative 7 and 3/11. Good. Now we're down here, number 19. The cost is $248, and the discount. Discount, is that add or subtract? That is a subtraction right there. So we're going to have 248 minus 47.79. We have nothing over here, so we better put a couple of zeros there. Now, when we do this borrowing, we can't do 0 minus 9, and we can't borrow from the 0 because there's nothing there. So we come over here, 7, that makes that a 10. Hey, now we can borrow like this. Now, this is kind of an interesting way of looking at it, but we now have $247.90. Yeah, that's the same as 248. 247, 90, and 10 is the same thing. 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. 7 minus 7 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. So we have $200.21. Next one. We are at negative 15, and we are going 18.7 degrees warmer. Now, warmer means we're adding. We have a negative 15 and a positive 18.7. This is a positive and a negative going against each other. They're playing tug-of-war. This guy is going to win. So let's write it out. It's a subtraction problem because they're opposite signs. 18.7 and 15. Notice that started out as a negative. So 7 minus 0 is 0, and 18 minus 15 is 3. So we are at 3 degrees Fahrenheit now. Altitude of 1,300 meters, and we fall 558 meters. Now falling, is that adding or subtracting? That is subtracting. So 1,300 minus 558. 0 minus 8, we can't do that. So we can't borrow from nothing, so we have to borrow from the 3. And it makes this guy a 10, which we can now borrow from to make that a 10. So notice we just turned 1,300 into 1,290/10 because it allows us to subtract. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 5 is 4. 2 minus 5, we don't do that, so it's 12 minus 5 is 742. And this is our new altitude, 742 meters. Good. Cost, $687. And tax. Tax, is that this? No, it's not a discount. This is adding on to it. So this is a plus problem. 45.74. So we're going to add those. Notice we don't have to borrow at all because 0 plus 4, just 4. 0 plus 7 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. 10 of those 12 go up here and make another 10. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 4 is 13. Carry the 1, 7. So we have $732.74. So now we're at 52 degrees, and we are taking 28.4 colder. That is subtracting. So we're subtracting 28.4. Right here we have nothing minus 4. We can't do that, so we got to do a borrowing thing. 10 minus 4 is 6. Notice we just changed 52 degrees to 51.10. Kind of an interesting way of looking at it. But 1 minus 8, we can't do that guy. 4. 11 minus 8 is 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. 23.6 degrees. Better write down, this is degrees Celsius. And then we have 3,100 meters high, and it rises. Rises what? That's a plus 25.3. So we get 3, 5, 2, 1, 3. There we go. 3125.3 meters high is the new altitude. Good.